everyone! So I know I had hinted at big announcements, and some things recently in my dance world have finally pushed me to make this announcement and make some massive change in what I'm doing. So, with that in mind, I will preface this by saying that many of the things I'm about to talk about are specific to my own experiences through the lens of a white woman in the US. So some of these things may not apply to other countries and cultures and might not make sense in their cultural context. But with that said, global white supremacy is a massive problem, and every predominantly white, non Minot culture should be examining their role in fusion dance styles. So, what drew me to the Fat Chance belly dance style, formerly known as American tribal style? I've spent a lot of time over the last year trying to put to words exactly what it was about the format that drew me in. Was it the costuming, bright, colorful, full of texture, full of perceived, at least, cultural history? Was it the music, dripping with emotions, transporting me to other countries that I've never visited and likely will never visit at all? Was it this distinct movement vocabulary? The comfort of knowing what comes next without actually knowing what comes next, and the ability to dance with anyone, anywhere? Or was it the people, dancers who were shaped like me, with tattoos and brightly colored hair and piercings, everywhere? It was all of these things. But now I find myself asking, at what cost? Many of the costuming and jewelry pieces hold significant value to Minot groups, and as a white American dancer, I have over the years seen and made questionable fashion choices regarding my dance costuming. Facial markings, turbans, certain ethnic jewelry pieces, these are things that have specific meanings to other cultures, and by me wearing these and benefiting from them as just costuming is frankly an affront to people from those cultures, especially as they are often ridiculed or even physically attacked in the US for wearing these same things. Wearing them simply because it's pretty and doesn't hold cultural meaning for me is problematic at best. It's appropriative, and the practice needs to stop. As for music, several bands used regularly by dance companies, while sounding ethnic, are fronted by white musicians who profit off the music of other cultures. We can find and dance to amazing music from source musicians. And that isn't to say that white Americans can't play ethnic music. They absolutely can, and I know several who are amazing. But we as dancers need to be conscious of how they learned and how they are giving back. The vocabulary is not unlike any of the movements that I've learned in other dance styles. Some of the naming conventions are blatant misnomers. Whether it was purposeful or not, this can still be incredibly problematic. And the codification of dance is not exclusive to belly dance, but it is in itself an issue. And the term belly dance, we'll say as well, is a Western umbrella term coined in the 20th century. Teachers of all styles will name movements based on how they look or feel, which is why some movements have the same name but look different, or have different names but look exactly the same. William Shakespeare wrote, "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet," and we are not required to follow someone else's naming convention and vocabulary. So that brings me to the people. My fellow dancers, many of whom I have shared such a strong connection with while dancing. I've been disappointed by many, but I've been thoroughly impressed by many more. And if we want to keep dancing together, we have to do better. For the sake of our global community, we don't own these dances from which our style is derived. We are guests, and we need to act accordingly. I personally am striving to be a more conscious and ethical dancer. No matter how much I love these movements and these people, intent does not equal impact, and no amount of changing movement names or offloading costume pieces can make me, personally, feel like I'm doing enough to honor the many cultures from which these fusion styles originate. I would like to thank the people who have supported me as a dancer and teacher, as well as those who have offered education and guidance. Technology has given us so many opportunities to explore the world and its vibrant cultures, and the ability to meet and learn from so many talented and brilliant artists. I feel that I have grown so much over the last year simply because I've been able to take the time to listen to source dancers. We can appreciate things and still be appropriating it, which is why I've made the decision to step away from my FCBD affiliation, at least for the foreseeable future, as well, cease operation of KCDCStudio and teaching. I have a few teaching obligations to complete for the year, and I should have those done by summer. If any of you, my current students or followers, are interested in continuing with this particular format, I can recommend teachers that I trust to provide not only quality instruction, but also cultural context of movements, music, and costuming. So I want to thank you for listening to my rant. I know you can tell that I'm reading, but I wanted to make sure that everything that I felt was out there. This is not a judgment on my fellow dancers. This is just me choosing a path that is going to work best for me and my conscience. So again, thank you so much. Love and hugs, and I'll see you on the internet.